Hello everyone, my name is Biju Joshwa. So I work for the Sheraton Grand Park Lane as a exec pastry chef right now. So today we are making a very autumnal and also a winter recipe, which is the pumpkin bun cake, pumpkin and prune bun cake. As you all know that the bun cake, it's an original one which is made with like a Gugeloff. Uh, okay, so it's an Easter cake. So I'm using the same pan to make this cake as well. I think it has got all the flavors of the winter, and for especially for this season, and with the Halloween coming up, and also towards the near end, I think we love all these spicy flavors and all that. So it'll be great to even serve with a mince pie ice cream. Where we are like soaking up the fruits, started soaking up the fruits in the month of September, down to as of now. So it's great to use up those fruits to make up a mince pie ice cream. So we'll be using beating method, which is the eggs and the sugar. We'll beat it until it's fluffy. We'll add in the purees. Then we'll add all the dry ingredients into it. We'll fold up the zest just to give a refreshing of the flavor, and then we'll just directly bake into the bun pan. We should not overbeat it, first of all, so otherwise your cake is going to rise and then it's going to fall down later on, which is going to create a hole at the top part. It should rise nicely, and also it'll create a more dense texture if you overbeat it up. So today we will be just seeing is how to reach that perfect stage of until all the sugar is dissolved, and we start mixing up all the other ingredients into it, and then also like giving a twist to it, add some either a lemon zest or either flavors like orange into it, just to lighten up, just to refresh it up, to give that even the old techniques and the old recipes to even refresh it up. First is the aeration technique, and the second one is we have also used baking soda and the baking powder in it as aeration agents. Baking soda, as soon as the heat reacts to it, so the carbon dioxide, it gets released and it gives you an instant aeration as well. So baking powders, the only thing is that baking soda also makes it lighter, and then the thing is that baking soda can't be left too long. And then otherwise the activity of the baking soda doesn't work, while it's the opposite with baking powder. So it gives an aeration technique, it can last for longer as well. So we are trying to create that balance between the soda and the baking powder. Into the mold and straight in the oven itself. So even if you leave the mix outside for a little bit, like a way too long, like an hour or 2 hours or so, what happens is we lose up all that aeration which we have done inside the cake itself. So we will lose all that. So what we'll try to do is we'll get all our pans ready. First of all, we'll get our base ready, and then once the cake mix is done, into the pans, and straight away I've already switched on the ovens, preheat the ovens up. So as soon as it goes into the oven and then bakes up straight out, we'll leave the cake to cool down. Usually, I've seen a lot of people, what they do is as soon as the cake is done, they come out of the oven, and then what they try to do is they try to release from the mold itself straight away. So today what we are going to do is we'll bake in the oven, we'll leave the cake to cool down like 15 minutes or so. I've also put down on the recipe just in case as a note, as well. So we leave it in the mold itself for around 15 minutes, and then once the cake is properly set, we'll just demold it up. So once it is cooled down, then we have got a glaze as well. So I have put down as a maple glaze. So you can also use pecans on the top or candied pecans on the top. It goes very well, but then again today we are using prunes. So what I have done is I've soaked the prunes in a little bit of tea liquor. So I've used Earl Grey tea plus a little bit of orange zest into it and a vanilla pod, and so we have made this beautiful glaze for the cake, which will glaze it up later on once the cake is finished. I think first of all, it'll give a nice taste for the cake, because once the cake is there, you need some kind of a taste, which is, yeah. So the glaze actually enhances the taste of the cake. So we are using an orange juice and a maple syrup into the glaze itself, so that'll highlight the flavor of the cake itself, and also it'll give a nice shine at the end of the cake. So it'll be great to look at. I've kept it very, very simple recipe, and it's a great recipe to try. I think you will definitely love it, and then just try it on. So you can obviously add a lot of things to it, and then make up your own. Like you can add some pecan nuts to it, and then either go with walnuts in it. So it goes great with almonds as well. I've not used any kind of nuts, but then obviously you can definitely change recipes. And then this is a great cake, especially for this season, and it's a great recipe for a family share and all things like that. And especially for this season, as the year is coming to an end, Christmas coming to an end, probably you can try this for a Christmas recipe as well. I think it's the science behind it. When I was doing my culinary college, and then I think the complete world of cooking. I used to be, I was good in cooking as well, but then I think the science behind the pastry, and it led me to, like, okay, fine, I need to find out more about it, and how things act. Now a pastry is something which is easy to find out. Okay, if you've done a mistake or a fault, you can easily say, okay, because about the ingredients as such. There are different types of flour, and then the protein strengths in it, what kind of flours are being used just to make breads, what kind of flours are used to make biscuits, or even cakes and everything. There are different, now there is a lot of science behind it, so even eggs, what it does, baking powders, what is us, aerating agents, there are different kind of aerating agents. Now the world is much more moved into like vegan baking, so how do we adapt our traditional recipes to vegan baking, so using of date syrups, even the potato starch, and changing up all differently complete. It's a different world altogether, and it's I think our world is obviously changing every 4 to 5 years. You have a different set of recipes, different set of techniques coming in, and I think in our world, it's like you can learn everything new every day, as it comes in. I still do like learn, different techniques and everything. So you see something, and I think social media is a great way of sharing knowledge and everything. So I see a lot of things. I take ideas from there as well, from the social media, when chefs do share it, and I think it's a great platform to learn. And then we learn and evolve. I think that's what has always kept me into the pastry world. Attitude is the biggest factor, and then you should have a dream. So even I tell to my kids as well, so you have the attitude and you have the dream of doing it, I think nothing will stop you. So that is what I even give to the younger generations today. Keep up your dreams alive, and then nothing is impossible. You can achieve what you will think you can achieve, so that is what I tell to the younger generations. I've been in the industry for around 16 to 17 years as of now. I've spent my initial years of training and work in India. I used to work with the Taj Group of hotels, and then I spent around 7 years working with them, working all over India. So I've worked around like 12 to 13 destinations just in India itself, working in all sorts of luxury segments of the Taj hotels. Then I moved back to London, started my career with Cinnamon Kitchen, and then moved on to the Marriott hotels, and then from Marriott Hotels now I've moved down to Sheraton Park Lane. I've been working with the Sheraton Park Lane for 3 years as of now, and I think pretty much that's it regarding my career. I've always wanted to be, like doing baking, and always loved working with it, so, and just wanted to explore more, learn more, and then that's why I came to even London, so to even further my the knowledge and everything. So I think it's been fantastic since then.